How are you doing today, Hive? Thanks for clicking into Two Sister Bee Studio. My name is April, and today we are going to do my May budget and stuffing. While I sit up here, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of info about me. I'm a complete digital stuffer on a low income. I use a tablet and prop money to track my funds. I have a main account, which gathers my income and pays all my living expenses, a reloadable debit card, which separates my daily purchases and helps me have a budget that I am forced to live on, and finally, a savings account, which holds all of my envelope savings. Curious how that works? Follow along with me, little bee, and I'll spill the tea. I start with a basic calendar. I use a tablet, but it works just as easily with pen and paper. I am using the Penly app on Android, but you can use GoodNotes on Apple. I simply import the files, and now I'm going to make copies real quick of these so that I can continue to use the same setup in the months ahead. And that'll easily be 3 months for me. All right, let me go ahead and fill all of this in. And now I have a full overview of my month. My paydays, my bills, my appointments, my checklist, and even a few habits that I'm trying to keep up with. Now with this information, I'm going to move on to the next sheet, which is the income and expenses, starting with pay. I'm hoping that I can add my YouTube pay here shortly. I just finally got monetized. I reached that 1K subscriber quickly, but the watch hours have taken some time. But for now, $24.86 is our total income. Moving on to credit and debt. My total there is $309. Next is living expenses. All right, let's add all these up. And my total is $1,077. All right, moving on to my essentials. I like to give myself a little bit of a buffer. So this month I'm going to give myself a $20 buffer to start. And then moving on to my other essentials, that's my groceries. And my budget is $4.50. Gas is $40. And my cats get $60. Let me tidy this up. All right, and my total here is $570, and I will move this $570 to my reloadable debit card. It's honestly the easiest way in the world to keep yourself on your budget for your daily items. All right, I have nothing in my notes I need to add, so let's go ahead and finish up here. Add my total income, that's $24.86. My total expenses, $309, $77, and $570 is $19.56. Which leaves me $24.86, deduct $19.56, $530. And I will explain this shortly. Oh, let me put the month and year. Okay, next is my true budget sheet. And this is where I track the budgets that I set for my essentials. So I use this larger sheet for my groceries because I tend to have a lot on them, and the smaller ones for like my gas and my cats because I don't have as many transactions. You could also copy these and use these to budget anything you want. So if you wanted to set a Christmas or a birthday budget, just write your total and there you go. You've got a budget. All right, so let's start with my groceries. I'm starting over my budgeting and we're like several days into May now. So I had to do some calculating to get the correct balances, and moving forward from here, I will keep track of this. $216 is actually what I have left. And 19 cents. So yeah, I had to go into my bank account and figure all of that out since I'm further into the month. So I took my $450 and deducted the purchases that I've made already, and that's what's left. So my gas had $40, but we did fill up, So I have $5 left of my gas budget. And my kitty cats started with 60 and they are now at 40 because I got them some kitty litter. So yes, now I will actually have a way to track all of this since I was just kind of willy-nilly before. No more winging it. All right, now we get to move on to envelopes and savings. So this is where I told you I was going to explain that 530. And this amount I will now move into my savings account. So now we have 530 that I have budgeted out of my income for my envelopes. The previous month balance would be my balance from last month, but this is my first month, so I have none. But that 530 is important because I know that that is the balance, that is the total that should be in my account and the total that is in my envelopes. Digital stuffing does require a lot of willpower, but having these funds in a secondary account that I know I do not touch unless it's for one of these expenses helps a ton. I keep it simple here, so I start with my expense binder. And I'm going to go ahead and fill all these in. Okay, my budget is complete. Let me go ahead and add this up. 120, 60, 20. And my total is 425. Okay, now let's take our 530 and deduct that 425, and that leaves me with 105 for savings challenges. Okay, the last page of this is my game tracker, but along with that and my 105 for savings challenges, that is for next time. So my budget is complete. Let's envelope stuff. I have my $530 in prop money and my binders ready. Let's give this a quick count. There we go, 530. All right, let's start with car insurance. It gets 120, but I'm going to use one of these universal trackers for this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. And what you do is you write your category, your goal amount, and then you break that down into every payday. So you know that each one of these symbols is that amount. So for me, they're going to be 120 each. There's my colored raindrop. And here's my 120. Next is our tax and tag. And I'm gonna use this one for that. And that one is 25 a symbol. There's my symbol. Here's my 25. Okay, next is property tax, and it gets 30. Again, I'm going to use my last universal tracker. There's my symbol. Here's my 20, 30. Right, next is our house upkeep, and that was 20. And I'm using regular trackers on these for the rest. And I'd say a good healthy goal for the house would be 500. I mean, that's pretty much the amount of an appliance if it breaks. So here's our starter 20. Health upkeep. And that was 60. So here's 50, 60. Okay, vehicle upkeep gets 20. I put 500 as a goal, although I should probably have more. I don't really know what a stack of tires is going for. And that's pretty much all my car needs right now is tires and oil changes, so don't need to keep a whole lot in there. Okay, Emergen-B. Now, when I did my video on how to set up your budget, I had already colored my tracker, and I don't want to waste trackers. So the tracker's already done, and that's 30. So 10, 20, 25, 30. So there's our 30 for Emergen-B. I cannot believe I have an emergency fund. It was the coolest thing ever. All right, my anything, I don't know, we'll set like a $500 goal on that one. And here is our 50 for anything. Okay. Next is birthday wishes, and just like Emergen-B, the tracker is already filled out because of that video, but it gets 20. So let's do 20. And that leaves Christmas, which gets 50. Okay. And there is a little sneak peek for you Scratch Off Club guys. I am going to be offering this to you guys for free so that you can have your own little envelope to hold your subscription funds. I thought that was really cute. I got one for you Digi-Bee guys too. Of course, I didn't forget the Digi-Bee Club either. I will have these up for you guys to be downloaded shortly. Just give me a little bit of time. All right, so that is the expenses. And we have our one, I don't know how I stuck an extra $10 in there. I think I was just so excited about using my prop money. And it was pretty that I wanted to have ones, but I went back and double checked everything. It's all correct. I just somehow got in an extra 10. Maybe when I'm editing, I'll figure it out. But we have our 105 for our savings challenges. And we'll go ahead and put it in the front for the next video where we will be doing our savings challenges. That's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed spending some time with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.